It's the Daily Huddle, yeah, you know the name. Three stooges in the booth, bringing ruckus, bringing fame. Every weekday at noon, you know we bring that fire. Rob, Bill, and Ken in the squad, that's our empire. Yo, Rob's the fact checker, keeping it real. Dropping knowledge on the daily, that's the deal. Bill's ready to roast, got the rival in his sight. When he steps to the mic, you know he's ready to ignite. Ken spitting facts, man, he's sharp as a knife. Throwing hard truth bombs, this is real podcast life. John Dorn in the mix, he's like, fuck the Lions. Bringing all the heat, likes to see the anger rising. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your mind. Eric brings the rants, off the chain like a beast, letting loose his thoughts, they just never cease. In the studio we gather like a family affair. Podcast kings, yeah, we rise and declare. Roasting rival fools, we setting the tone. The Three Stooges take your fears and turn them to stone. Facts over fiction, we keep it 100. Tearing down the myths while the laughs keep coming. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Huddle.
What's going on, buddy? What's going on? It's a boring Thursday, or is it Friday?
It's Friday.
No, Friday. I'm sorry. I'm messing with day this fuck. That tells you how bad the week has been when I can't even get the day right. I mean, it's been that kind of a freaking all season this week, man. It's just, it's dead right now for everybody. That's what's wrong with this week.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no fucking news stories coming out. The closest you got to a news story is fucking Justin Tucker getting suspended after his misconduct allegations, his sexual misconduct allegations, which ain't a real big surprise that fucking happened to him getting suspended. Now, I'm surprised it wasn't an indefinite suspension like Deshaun Watson got originally, but who the fuck knows?
Well, I think Baltimore saw the writing on the wall, and that's why they got rid of Tucker, fucking 6 months ago.
Yo.
Because they knew this day was coming, and they knew they weren't going to have him for 10 to 12 weeks anyway. You know what I mean? So they figured, fuck it, we might as well just go ahead and release him and save ourselves the money. Because Justin Tucker, for a kicker, was making a pretty good bank. Because, he was accurate as heck for fucking at least 10 years. And then all of a sudden, over this fucking massage shit, he's been sucking ass. So, there's got to be some kind of truth to it for the fact that how fast his fucking career fell off.
Yeah, his decline was real quick, which makes you think, like you brought up, maybe he knew all this shit was coming.
Yeah,
because it was like he just fell straight off a fucking cliff.
Yeah. I mean, he went from being one of the best kickers out there to literally fucking not being relied on for a simple 40-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at him like, what? Go ahead. And I'm like, Tucker, where the fuck did your game go? And then all of a sudden, he's just like Kraft and just like Watson in there fucking with the masseuses. And you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck is it about you guys getting down to that towel turns your brain into mush? I mean, what the fuck?
Shit. This is why I heavily advocate for all players to wear cameras on them at all times. That way, if you do happen to be innocent, which I'm not stating he is or isn't, but if you do happen to be, you got video proof. And it might stop some of these guys from actually going out and doing stuff like that, knowing, hey, I got a camera on me recording what I'm doing. I should probably act like a normal person.
I mean, the thing that I've been telling everybody, it's like, look, you know how many fucking NFL players go out there and get massages? I'm sure it's a lot of them. I'm sure it's dozens and dozens and dozens of them. So, if those guys can do it without nobody crying and complaining and freaking out, then tell me, what the fuck is wrong with these three people? You know what I mean? These people ain't just opening their mouths for no apparent reason when just about everybody in the NFL is out there getting a massage because everybody needs them. Let's be real about it.
Mm-hmm.
All the shit and hitting and they take, and all the bullshit they take, of course they gonna need that massage. So everybody's getting one. So why ain't everybody crying the same wolf if you guys are supposed to be innocent?
Oh yeah, definitely makes you fucking wonder.
It does make you think, doesn't it? It's like, look, if you guys are supposed to be so fucking innocent, and this includes some old man named Kraft, how the fuck are you so innocent?
Well, Kraft's is slightly different. He went to a rub and tug type of place where at least everybody knew what was happening. With Watson and Tucker, these were legit massage places they were going to. And I'm only saying allegedly.
I thought Kraft was a massage place too. Maybe I was mistaken.
It was a massage place to a degree, but it was a special type of massage place.
All right. I didn't hear the special part. I just heard it was another massage place. I didn't hear the special part. You're filling me in something new right now.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Yeah, he went into one of those, let's just say ones that open up quickly and go away quickly. Hey, go, Pat, go.
Oh.
That's why his punishment was nowhere near as severe. And granted, he's also an owner too, so.
Right. And honestly, I don't see Kraft being that kind of a guy. If he did something like that, it was purely, I feel, accidental. He'd be one of them fucking dudes like, oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I apologize. One of them, oh, fuck, I didn't realize moments,
Oh, yeah, because if you do something like that, in his position, there ain't no way everybody in the world's going to fucking hear about it.
Exactly. Plus, at the same time, a guy like that knows if he fucks up, he could lose it ever. He could lose it all. He could lose his team. He'd have to sell it off. It's like that guy that got caught being a racist on the NBA. I forget that owner. I forget what team he even had, but he had a fucking NBA team. He was racist as fuck, and they made him sell the team. I forget who it was.
It might have been the Cavs, but I am in no way.
For some reason, the Mavericks keep coming in my head for some reason, but it ain't the Mavericks because that was Cuban's team.
Oh, yeah, we know our Wi-Fi is still out.
Is that what's going on with DZE? His Wi-Fi is out?
Yep.
What, they have a storm?
I have no idea. I was going to say, I live so far freaking away, I couldn't tell you.
Right. Thank God, man. I mean, if we do have a storm and it knocks our shit down, we get on it pretty quick around here. I could say that. We get on it pretty fucking quick around here. I
was going to say, being here on the East Coast, we're so used to the power getting knocked out 3-4 times a winter that all the crews are already ready, trained, and all right, it's just an everyday thing to them here.
God bless. We haven't had that problem for a few years, you know what I mean? Where we haven't lost anything. God bless. I mean, maybe thankfully they finally figured out what was fucking causing all the blackouts around here and all the knockouts, like you're saying, to where like I said, we ain't had one for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because, yeah,
the worst thing
if the power goes out around here, it's a couple of hours and it's fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's basically what it is around here. Even when it went out around here, we just look at each other. It's like, all right, give it 2-3 hours.
Yep.
And boss, what? Yeah, 2-3 hours. We're back up.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no problem. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it was even quicker than that. We were having more issues, honestly, with our cable than we were having with our fucking electric.
Oh, let me guess. You have Spectrum.
We used to. We don't no more.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spectrum's my only choice here because Fios hasn't hit my area.
All right. I'll tell you, all I do now is stream. Me and my brother got to talking about it. He goes, yo, why are we paying a $200 electric or cable bill when we could drop that shit down to streaming? I said, well, then fuck it, let's do that. So that's what we do now. We stream.
Yep. I was gonna
We
say
stream
that.
that shit.
Shit,
Huh?
that's how I've watched most of my stuff. Oh God, for like the past 10 years now. The only time I really watch anything on regular cable is a football game, and even that I can stream.
Ken, if all you got cable for is for your football, get rid of that shit because I
Oh,
can give you a site.
I'm planning on it.
Because I can give you a site right now to give you all your fucking play, all your games, every fucking game for 125 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Oh
means
yeah.
you don't have to have nothing, no streaming services, no
Mm-hmm.
fucking Peacock for football, no fucking nothing for football, for basketball, for hockey, for nothing. I can give it to you. It's called New Food. 125 hours a year is what I pay. And I get it all. I get every fucking game. I get either network, whether I want to hear it from the Cubs team side of the game or the other team's side of the game. And you could do that for all the games. For NBA, for everybody. Now the only thing you can't do that with is football but you get all the games, you still get all the games, you get the one game and that's it. You get the one announcers. Baseball, you can choose who you get to watch, listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Football, you can't get that option. You have to once you get the game, that's the announcers you're listening to. Fucking bottom line.
Yeah,
there's somebody here. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Somebody's here.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's quite a few of the different streaming sites in the internet protocol TVs there, like what Rock's talking about. Where shit, I've even used a couple of them before that actually aren't too bad a quality. Like obviously, most of them aren't like getting it straight from cable, but close enough.
Yeah, man. So there was nobody down. I heard banging, but there was nobody at the door. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I was gonna say that's weird because I even heard the knock come through the computer.
You know what I mean? It's like, where the fuck is? It must have came from the backyard. You know what I mean? My sister or my brother-in-law must be doing something in the backyard because they got a turtle fucking environment in the backyard. That motherfuckers. They got a little pool. Yeah, they got a pool. They got a couple of turtles that live in that bitch, and they got a few fish. I'm like, what are you fucking guys? Fucking wildlife back here and shit. But hey, each their own, man. Let them do their thing. What do you call?
They was
What's
talking
it called, man?
site there you were talking about.
Oh, that site, Nufu. 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 Look it up. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. No, it's not for free. It's $125 a year.
No,
But
he was talking about the one that he uses.
the ones you use. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Cool. All right. I appreciate that. You know, I mean, I also get sports channels that I don't normally get streaming either. So that's why I also pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like ESPN, like ESPN2, ESPNU. It also gives me fucking the Marquee Network, which is Cubs, Chicago Cubs. You know what I mean? It gets me SNY, which is the Mets Network. You know what I mean? Because it gets me a lot of fucking places where I could get a lot of insight from other teams without having to worry about looking it up. You know what I mean? I could just go to their fucking channel. Like for Washington, if I want to hear something about the Redskins, I just go to Monument Channel. That's Washington. Or no, is it Monument? I think it's Monument Channel because they got all the monuments. And go there and you listen to all the Washington news. Go to SNY and listen to all the Giants news. You know what I mean? I could go through Mark Holmes on YouTube for all my Dallas news. I mean, I make sure I hear about my enemy just as much as I hear about me. You know what I mean? And everybody always asks me, he's like, Rock, why do you care? And I said, dude, I go by the Godfather philosophy. If you've ever watched The Godfather, you know where I'm getting ready to go. Know your enemy better than they know themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Was that not their philosophy?
Mm-hmm.
Know your enemy better than they know themselves. That's why Dallas fans they hate me because I'll be like, you don't know my team. And I'll be like, fuck you, you're a fan. Oh, am I a fan? Because I know more about that sorry ass team than you do. No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dallas fans hate me, but for a totally different reason.
Oh, what they hate your bearded ass for?
Oh, for the constant fact of bringing up of them, losing to us every single time that we play them in their stadium,
Dude,
and especially whenever I hear any of them still whining all these years later about the Des Bryant non-catch.
it's either the Des Bryant non-catch or it's the Aaron Rodgers fucking sideline throw that got him that field goal. It's either or. I'm telling you, either one of them kills him. Because that was Dak's first year where Dak was supposed to take him to the Super Bowl. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers told him to go sit down on the bench and learn how you win a game.
I mean, that was a great comeback. That sideline throw. I'll remember that shit forever, man. Because I mean, right after that, Dak's career basically went to shit because he ain't been the same ever since. Ever since his first year, Dak Prescott, if you look at him, he has struggled ever since. I mean, I think he had one good year with Kellen Moore, and that was in 21, and then turned around and went one and done in the fucking playoffs anyway. I mean, and then to turn around and tell everybody, well, I didn't know the rules. Fuck you mean you don't know the rules? You don't know you got to give the ball to the referee so he could set the fucking ball down, you fucking dick? You're so fucking dumb that you don't know this? Every fucking play, the referee has to set the ball. And you're just now learning this shit. What else are you just now not learning about?
Well, according to his last playoff appearance, he still hasn't learned which receivers are his and which guys are defenders.
I mean, dude, he threw that pick six right to your fucking cornerback, man, and he went 95 yards the other way. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you looking at? And everybody's saying, well, it wasn't his fault. What do you mean it wasn't his fault? Who else threw the fucking ball? Well, and the classic excuse, well, the CD ran the wrong route. How the fuck does he run the wrong route when he only had 2 seconds to run? I mean, if you look at the play, Dak took one step back, threw, and intercepted. So you ain't got time to run a wrong route. You only had 2 seconds to run the play.
Yeah, it brings up a hell of a point. How many times have we heard Jerry Jones getting ready for the offseason? Oh, we're going all in. We're going to add to the team, and he has a stroke.
Dude, the old fuck is already said they're going to the Super Bowl. I kid you not. Callis fans are going fucking nuts last week because he got on their fucking 98 The Star and fucking said, we're going to the Super Bowl. I believe we have the team to go all the way this year. And I'm looking around going, Green Bay, do you hear this? Yo, anybody else hear this stupid fucking old man? Because Mr. 7 and 10 over here thinks he can beat you when you're better than he is. He thinks he can beat the Eagles when we're better than him. He thinks he can beat Washington when they're better than them. He thinks he can beat fucking Minnesota when I still think Minnesota's better than them. Because Minnesota might have won 14 games with Sam Darnold, but I still think JJ is not going to be that bad. I thought he was a lot shorter. He's actually 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a pretty tall kid.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't think he was that tall.
Yeah, what I seen from him in preseason, granted, that's the only time we got to see him, he made some decent throws to my question on his arm talent is definitely a lot less, because I thought coming in with all the narrative around him and the ball off is that he had a shit arm. But looking back, that's how Harbaugh likes to coach a lot of it, so I'm not going to write the kid off completely yet.
I mean, I'm getting ready to say, is it so much him or is it so much Harbaugh as a running quarterback coach? I think Harbaugh just likes to run, and which ain't a bad thing to do, but you do hamper your quarterback from not throwing much.
Oh, yeah. That definitely it didn't help McCarthy get pro ready. But
No.
at least with him having KOC there, he has a coach that turned the absolute shell that Sam Darnold was into a passable quarterback.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. That guy saved his career. That guy saved his career because if he didn't do that, Sam Darnold ain't got the contract he's got right now.
Oh, absolutely. No way in hell. Yeah, at best, he'd be a journeyman backup.
Right. At best. At best.
Oh, yeah, because I most certainly didn't believe in him whatsoever. I thought he was going to be the whole reason the Vikings failed last year. Now, he played a lot better than I thought, so we got to see if that teaching that he got from KOC is going to translate over in Seattle. But I don't have too much hope for that since Seattle's got one of the absolute worst lines in the NFL. Oh, yeah, I bet you the Cowboys regret losing Dan Campbell to the Commanders because he was a damn decent defensive coordinator for him.
You talking about Quinn. You talking about Quinn.
Yep.
You said Campbell.
Oh, God damn it. one of those damn bald motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know where you're going, but everybody's giving Quinn the. I think Quinn was great for him, but I think that he's going to be even better for Washington. I mean, his influence over there is already being evident. I look at Washington as being a real threat to me this year. A real threat to me.
They're all somewhere in a field taking a nap.
You know, who knows where everybody's at? Ken, I heard he's at the doctor's office. He said he's at the doctor's.
No. This is Ken. You met Rob.
I'm sorry, Rob, not Rob. I get you and him mixed up once in a while. I really do. I get you two mixed up. Even when I'm talking to the other thing, they're like, fuck, I meant to say Rob, not Ken. Fuck. I will. I mean, I honestly will. I'll be like, yeah, you said Ken said that. I mean, oh, fuck. My bad. I meant to say Rob. I get you two mixed up all the time. I don't know why.
What, just because we're both fat Italians? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I know. It's that fat Italian twin in you both.
I mean, there's only like 30 years of age difference.
Yeah, I know, right? That too, but you know. You know, it's that too.
Yeah. But did you see that the NFL is not going to be holding the supplemental draft this year?
No, I didn't see that. Why?
Yeah, I was going to say, to me, it's not really surprising because at least in recent history, we haven't seen many guys taken in the supplemental draft anyway. It was almost the point of why do it at that point.
Right.
You'd see maybe like 2 guys a year make it.
Yeah.
And even then, I can't remember, at least recently, of anybody coming from the supplemental draft that was anything special.
Didn't Turbin from Dallas, didn't he come from the draft?
Yeah, but I think that was many years ago, though.
Talk about Turbin. That was just 2 years ago. Came out of the USFL.
Oh! I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about Turbin, the one that Dallas picked up.
I was thinking of the old Atlanta running back there.
Oh. No, I'm talking about Turbin, the wide receiver they got now. He came out of fucking USFL. He played for Jersey. Because my best friend.
Did he actually come in the supplemental draft, or was he a free agent?
Actually, he might have been a free agent. Now you said, I have to look into it. But I know Dallas picked him up outside of the draft. I thought it was supplemental. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I have zero idea.
Huh?
I have zero idea.
Me too. I mean, I was just guessing there, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, If you can get a good player too, I don't care how you do it. Just get the motherfucker. That's what I say. You know, I don't care about none of the. I mean, I don't mind if they have the supplemental. Is what I mean. Not that I don't care. I don't mind if they have it. Yes, either way, it don't hurt me. You know what I mean? Because I think the Eagles have one of the better GMs in the game. I mean, he may not be the best. I mean, I'm not going to put him as the best. A lot of people have, but I just say he knows what he's doing, and I'm happy to have him.
Now, see, I say he made a deal with the devil. That's why all his moves are.
You need to stop that shit. You need to stop that shit. You need to stop that shit. Yeah, I mean, he made no deal with no devil now. Come on now.
He pulled the Broadway Joe. Now you're gonna have to deal with once he leaves them sucking for like 30 years because of that.
You know, I have had that fear of, like, you know, I've said to myself, once Howard gets out of here, what the fuck are the Eagles actually going to be like after he's gone? Are they going to be able to get another GM that knows how to think like him, act like him, make the moves like him?
Good luck.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can get somebody that can be something like a protege of him, to be on the same wavelength, you can get that. You know, I mean, maybe not 100% like him, but to get an 85, I'll take it. You know, if I can get an 85% person like Howie, I'll take him. You know what I mean? To be able to mentor him and then say, all right, you take over. I'm out of here now. I'm retired. But to basically mentor somebody to take his spot, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Like the way the Eagles do it now. Just like they did when we moved on centers. When Kelsey said, hey, I'm moving on, Howie went to him first 2 years prior to his leaving. Go get us our replacement. You know what I mean? And he does that with everybody. Like, for example, 2 more examples this year. He went up to fucking Cave Jerkins and said, I need to know who you like to play against. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, if you had somebody to go across every day, battling with you every day, who would you want? Who would you want? Who pushes you to the limits? He says, you really want to know, Droop? He says, yeah. He goes, Ty Robinson of Nebraska. He's coming out in the draft this year. They went out and got him. They nicknamed that motherfucker the White Godzilla. No shit.
But hey, that's a hell of a strategy, and I wouldn't be against it, having our GM implement something like that.
You know, so now Cam Jerkins has his now college buddy that he used to battle across in college in the pros. I mean, what I love about the Eagles is they listen.
Mm-hmm.
They listen.
Yeah. Our GMs don't have a history of doing that.
No.
Yeah, ours ask them, hey, who do you want? Okay, that's who you want. That's exactly who we're not getting.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen GMs do that shit. And I'm like, well, what the fuck would you ask for the man's opinion for if you're just going to turn around and get what you want anyway?
Well, we wanted him to feel included in the decision. We weren't going to listen to what he said anyway, but we wanted him to feel included.
Another thing, I forget his name. I think it's Horn. I think his name is Horn. Quinyon Mitchell said, if there's any kind of possibility, can you get my best friend? He said, well, who the fuck's your best friend? He says, it's such and such Horn. Plays for Toledo, plays safety. Nobody drafted him. Nobody drafted this kid, right? For some reason, Howie knew, don't waste a draft pick on the kid. We'll get him on an unrestricted free agent list. Sure enough, after the fucking draft is over, Howie picks him up as an unrestricted free agent, and now Quinyon's playing with his best friend. I mean, Howie listens to his people. Howie listens to his people, and that's what I love about this team. That's the main thing I like, is that when he asks you, he listens to you.
You just got to be careful not to fall into the Jets and Rodgers territory where you listen to absolutely everything they say, and that don't work out too well.
No. I mean, another thing I like about what Howie said last week is actually it was about 2 weeks ago. He says, if you have a criminal record, we don't even look at you.
Yeah, we're gonna say Green Bay's been doing that for a long time.
You know, he said that. He said that straight into the mic. He goes, if you have any domestic violence, past, don't even think about getting a call from us, because you're not.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had any kind of violent past, any kind of criminal past, any kind of history, you're not getting a call from the Eagles. We don't play that way. You know what I mean? And I see that you said that Green Bay don't play that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we've had that mentality for a while now, at least since Ted Thompson, that we generally try to go after the high character guys. Now that's not saying some of the guys that we've had didn't end up turning out to be jackasses, but they weren't when we originally got them.
Right. I mean, go to Dallas. They like to pick up that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The latest one, Craig Hardy. What the fuck, really?
Oh, Greg Hardy.
What the fuck you trying to do, man?
Mm-hmm.
Bringing that motherfucker on board after you knew what the fuck he was about? Really?
Oh yeah, but NFL teams are seeing now, with the more prevalent of social media and fans getting to speak out more, that a lot of fans don't want some of these character questionable guys, we'll phrase it as, on the team, because they end up catching a lot of flack for it. I was gonna say, shit. Look at what happened in Cleveland after they signed Deshaun Watson. A shit ton of the fans spoke out against it, and then when the guy got injured and carted off the field, and cheered.
I mean, his contract was ridiculous from the start. $235 million, fully guaranteed. That's retarded.
Yep.
Who the fuck gives a guy a fully guaranteed contract? That was the first contract I'd ever seen that was completely fully guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it had to come out of the dumbass Browns, but
it's okay. The Browns fully guaranteed their second round picks contract, and that's why all the other second round guys have been holding up.
They've been holding out, right? I mean, I checked into it because our second round pick, Andrew McCuba, is the only one that's left.
Yep.
Everybody else on my team is signed.
I was going to say that's pretty much how it's been for just about every team. There's 30 out of 32 guys that aren't signed, and the 2 that are signed got guaranteed deals.
Mm-hmm. And Howie will tell him, boy, you can sit down for the whole fucking year. We're not so fucking strapped that we can't replace you, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're a great piece and you're a good second round piece. And the reason why we picked you is because we need you out there in the secondary piece. But trust me, we got a kid that we got in the second round a couple years back named Sidney Brown that's doing pretty fucking good too. So don't think that you're not replaceable. So you better start thinking about getting that contract signed, Andrew, because the bottom line is we can move on without you, buddy, and you can sit on the couch until you decide you want to play again.
Yeah. They've got themselves in a nice tacky situation. Yeah, they're trying to all band together to get better contracts for themselves, which I'm not against. But at the same time, too, if you're the only guys holding out, most teams can make do without one player.
That's it. I don't care what position it is. You can move on with that guy because they'll take you like you're an injured player now. Oh, he just got hurt 5 seconds ago. Guess what? Now we got to move on because if he got hurt 5 seconds ago, we'd be forced to move on anyway, wouldn't we?
Yep.
So guess what? We're going to have to move on now. Bye-bye. That's the one thing they can't do about football players and football players' mentalities. That once you think you're bigger than the team will show you you're nothing but an injury away from being forgotten. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can move on from one player. That was a great point, Ken. One player ain't nobody.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, unfortunately, you can kind of see both sides of it. You're a player and you're not guaranteed anything really especially health-wise with such a violent sport. So you want to maximize your money. But at the same time, the owners don't want to guarantee everything because you're an injury away from losing it all, too. They don't want to be out that.
Yeah. And then everybody's saying, well, Vic Fangio is already 65. He's old. I said, motherfucker, do you realize his mother's 98? That motherfucker ain't going nowhere for a minute.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Huh?
We've seen how many coaches that are old as shit in this league.
I mean, everybody's talking about Vic to be on his last legs.
73.
Huh?
I said Pete Carroll's out there, and he's like 72, 73.
I'm telling you, Pete Carroll looking like he's ready for a fucking Boston Marathon. That man can run.
Granted, I definitely think he's the fucking outlier there.
Woo. I'm telling you, that man, I want to be Pete Carroll when I'm 73. What the fuck, man? The energy he's got. What?
I'll tell you, my old man is 72. And you wouldn't even think that those two are anywhere near close to the same age. Shit, Pete Carroll's out there running routes and shit.
I mean, he's wild. Pete Carroll is an inspiration of saying, man, if you did it right in the early years, you could look good in the late years. But I didn't do it right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I partied all the time. Partied all the time. I was an Eddie Murphy song, motherfucker. I partied all the time. Partied all the time. Partied all the time.
Oh, I definitely feel you there, Rock.
You know, I'm telling you. Oh. If it was a Friday or a Saturday night, man, Rock was out partying somewhere. I mean, come on. It was time. And my drink of choice, and it always will be, is Jack and Coke. I love that shit. It's like, to me, it's like drinking a cherry Coke with a kick. It's like a cherry Coke with a kick. I'm telling you. I mean, it is. And it just... And everybody's like, how can you drink that shit so fast? Because, and then I look at them like, because it's like drinking cherry soda to me. The next thing you know, fucking hour later, I'm fucking Bob. How you doing, man? You know? And then I know, all right, I got to chill on these bitches real quick, you know? Because I drink them that fast. I can't help it. It just tastes so good. And I don't drink anymore, so that's why it makes me bombed out real quick. If I drink two of them motherfuckers, I'm fucking feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm feeling it after two of them. But shit, back in the 20s, back in my early 20s, I could drink bottles after bottles and never feel like that. But now, since I haven't drank anymore, my God, I take a shot and I get a buzz. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I'm lightweight now.
You got to remember, Rock, you're an old guy now.
I'm an old guy too, yeah. Plus, I ain't drank heavy in 20 years, so my body's not gotten used to drinking at all anymore. It's not, it don't want to drink at all no more. I mean, if you ain't got a bowl, it don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. And then shit. According to Sports Illustrated, there's an NFL insider. Take it with a grain of salt. That says Steelers could be firing Mike Tomlin at the end of this season if they don't win the playoff game.
Ken, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm surprised he hasn't been fired already.
Really? But even after he's gone. Yeah, I was going to say he's gone to the playoffs damn near every year.
But that ain't doing nothing when you're always getting eliminated in the first round. What does that prove? If I'm a Steeler fan, and all the Steeler fans that I know, including my nephew, believe it or not, my nephew's a Steeler fan, I said, what the fuck? Are you guys happy with having a coach to just get you to the playoffs, or do you want to win something in the playoffs? And 90% of them are like, I'm tired of just getting there. I want to win something. And it's like, right. Especially now that they're watching the Eagles, their crosstown rival, their cross-state rival fucking be over here winning. They're over here pissed off. They're like, fuck, now the Eagles are over here winning and we're not doing nothing? because they used to be Pennsylvania's team. Now the Eagles are over here doing all the winning. Now they're starting to lose the luxury of being Pennsylvania's team, and that's not sitting well with them. especially if the Eagles come out here and we win a couple more, and we end up getting say 4 in the next fucking 15 years. Pittsburgh ain't gonna like that shit. Oh gosh, no, they ain't gonna like that shit if we end up getting say 2 more in the next 8 years. Oh, they ain't gonna like that shit at all. Because then it'll be 6-4. Philly will have the last 4, and people will be starting to look over to our side instead of their side. Oh man, you know Tomlin's on, yeah. And then when you look at it like that, Tomlin's in hot water, bro. Tomlin better start winning.
Yeah, and especially with the Steelers only having a couple of coaches in their organization, makes you wonder a bit too. Just for the other side of the argument, what happens if they get rid of them and that coach is a complete and utter miss, and you're not even making it to the playoffs anymore?
Right.
Because I mean,
maybe that's the reason why they've stuck with Tomlin as long as they have, because this is only Pittsburgh's 3rd coach. Now listen to this, Ken. This is Pittsburgh's only 3rd coach since '69.
Mm-hmm.
69. That means 56 years. They've only had 3 coaches. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
that's great coaching.
Shit, I think it's stands to tell a hell of a thing about Mike Tomlin, that usually you hear in the NFL circles there that if a coach is there for a long time, their message starts to get stale, and you start to see the team kind of go down a bit. But Tomlin, granted, they haven't had a shit ton of success, but the success they've had, they've at least maintained.
Yep.
Oh, really? See, I didn't hear about the Lions contacting the Raiders about O'Connell. But I'm not surprised about it, because of them getting Teddy Bridgewater for the playoffs last year told me that they had no faith in Hooker.
I've heard that. I've heard that they're not having any faith in Hooker, and that's surprising because Hooker didn't look too bad out of Tennessee. Did you? Did you feel like he looked too bad out of Tennessee? I didn't think so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't watch much of his tape other than a couple of things here or there. He looked like he could be okay with the right development, but it seems like the development ain't taken.
It ain't in on that team, apparently. You know what I mean?
You got a fucking broski.
What's up, dudes?
Hey, broski, what's up?
Hey, man, it's Friday, man. It's Friday. The sun is shining. The skies are blue.
Don't tell me that. I thought it was Thursday when the show started. So there you go. I'm getting my fucking days mixed up this week, broski. So thank you again for telling me it's Friday. So that way,
I was going to say, that just means you're probably having a better day than I am.
Well, I'm always having a better day than you are because you're a Bears fan.
Good one. Good one. Oh, so what do you guys been talking about?
Anything we can.
Now, just
first thing we were talking about was Tucker's suspension.
Oh, he got suspended?
Yeah, they suspended him for 10 games.
Damn.
10 games. He won't be eligible until November.
He didn't have a trial, though, right? Like, he hasn't gone to trial or anything?
Nope.
And this is for, like, what? The same stuff like Deshaun Watson got popped for?
Right.
Yep.
Dang.
It makes you wonder what they know about it, to see, because they didn't even give him the same suspension that they gave Deshaun Watson. Because when Deshaun Watson got handed the suspension, his was indefinite. Granted, it only ended up being a year, but it was labeled as indefinite. And now they're giving Justin Tucker a 10-game suspension right off the bat.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I wonder when his trial's scheduled for.
I mean, when they suspended him, I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck can you suspend a player that don't even have a team? I mean,
damn. See, I'm out of the loop with him. He's a free agent too.
Yeah, right after all this stuff right after all this stuff came out, the Ravens released him right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, very general comment coming up here from me, but I always side with the players on these accusations, at least initially, because all this Me Too bullshit and people trying to sue people or charge people, 20 years, 10 years after the fact the incident actually happened. I mean, if you don't think that's fucking fishy or fucking, you know what I mean, a little bit shady, whatever, like that, of course it is. Like, it doesn't smell right, I guess is what I'm saying. So,
and Broski, Brent brings up a good point, because when we looked it up, we saw too that there haven't been charges filed against him. There's just the accusations.
Whoa. So he's not even charged with anything?
From what I looked up, I didn't see any charges pending.
So here's the thing. So Deshaun Watson, though, was actually charged with on like what, 24 accounts or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Granted, I think they were all civil charges, but still.
Is he still under those charges, or did they dissolve those?
That's all been settled.
Okay.
Justin Tucker, welcome to early retirement. And when you get to sue the piss out of the NFL, that's going to be like your retirement pension.
Yeah, right.
Because he might, like, dude, I don't know. To me, there's got to be legal people calling him up, probably like, I want to take your case. You have a case, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it makes you kind of wonder, what do they know that we don't, that they're handing that out that quickly without there even being charges filed? Maybe he admitted it straight to the Ravens there, and that's why they released him right away. And now the NFL's made this swift decision.
True, but you know how it goes. You can admit to anything. They still have to prove it. There still has to be proof. So maybe the only thing I can think is there's some kind of video evidence, but how many videos are there in these, massage parlors? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like,
I was going to say that's why I'm advocating for players to wear cameras on them at every moment of every day.
I was getting ready to say, Broski. Once they start allowing cameras in massage parlors, I'm getting me a massage parlor so I can look at all the naked women.
It's a good business to start. It's a good business to start.
Once they make it legal, they ain't going to stop me. Fuck it.
Become an entrepreneur. Start your own,
You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, you motherfuckers. You're making it too easy for a guy like Rock. Come on, man. You got to make it a little harder.
It's always been easy for Broski, you know what I mean? So.
Nah, I'm only kidding. But bottom line, man, that motherfuckers would do that shit. I guarantee you, there'd be so many fucking perverts putting cameras up. Hey, look at this, man. And I'd be like sitting back going, damn it, Rock, you had to open your mouth, and now look what you've done. You've created a whole fucking loophole for all these perverts to put up cameras because it's legal. You just shut the fuck
up. Before we let Rock keep going and he eventually gets to a toilet cam.
Yeah, right.
Broski, did you hear that the Lions contacted the Raiders about Aiden O'Connell? That it's apparently not looking too good for Hooker?
Well, so there's two things to that. So those are two players I know a lot about, actually. Hooker, I've said when he was in college, before he was hurt, when he was lighting it up at Tennessee, I'm like, this guy's not an NFL quarterback. I know, I'm a big college football person more than I am NFL even. And I'm like, dude, these quarterbacks and wide receivers that come from Tennessee, they don't amount to shit in the NFL. It's this fun and gun, cheap ass system. Aiden O'Connell is a guy, when he was at Purdue, I was like, dude, this guy has what it takes to be a starting NFL quarterback. I think he'll take a little work, but like, he does have that ceiling, in my opinion. Not saying he'd be like a top 10 quarterback, maybe more like 15 through 20 kind of quarterback, but he's got an arm and he can sling it, man. So if they trade for Aiden O'Connell, man, that's a great move for Detroit, in my opinion, because I think the kid's got a lot of potential, man. I really do.
Yeah,
They got to put some
a
pressure
lot
on
of
Goff.
Raiders fans that absolutely loved him.
I'll tell you what, he's got a more live arm than Goff. So, but he's like Goff in the sense like he's not moving, like he's kind of like a statue in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But he's smart. He's kind of like Goff in that regard. Like honestly, he's kind of like drafting. He's like another Goff, really.
Yeah, that might be a good succession plan for him then,
Mm-hmm.
especially if he plays a very similar style.
And I don't remember, Ken, if you were on the show a few weeks ago when I was saying that. We forget what show it was, but like I was like, yeah, if you're the Lions, like what do you need to do this year? And I was like, if you move on from Goff or whatever, and I was like, dude, you need to have your successor quarterback in the building this season. I'm sorry, you can't wait another season. You have to bring them in like camp. You have to make the decision like this offseason who the successor is going to be. You have to acquire that player. I think it was on the show last Saturday, maybe. We were talking, but yeah, I said that, and I'm like, hey, go figure. The Lions are going to go out and do that, maybe. Damn, I like when Brisky's right.
Oh,
I mean, it hasn't happened, but if it does,
be careful you don't break an arm, buddy.
Well, I was going to say, man, like it hasn't happened yet, but if it does, like honestly, it makes a lot of sense for the Lions. Now I don't know if I guess it would be maybe like a straight up trade Hooker for O'Connell, or maybe they're just like going to cut Hooker and just trade a fucking 6th round pick for O'Connell.
That's what I'm going to guess. I have no information on that, but I don't think many people are going to want Hooker, especially since he was supposed to be the heir apparent, and now they're looking to move on from him. That don't bode well for the guy's career.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like he's just not an NFL caliber quarterback. I mean, people could say what they want. I mean, I use my own judgment. I don't need PFF or Mel Viper or whoever to tell me. Like I can tell you, he's not an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
but anyway,
And Steve, I'd be okay with trading Dobbs, but I really particularly don't want to trade any of the three. I'd much rather ride it out for the season and let these guys play to decide if we're going to re-sign them for the next year or if we're going to move on. Granted, I know you get nothing in return at that point, but you're also not letting a potential star walk out. Because I really believe in Rasheed Walker. If he can get his run blocking a lot better, I think he's going to be real good. He's a hell of a pass blocking left tackle.
So that leads me to the next question, though. Like, who are the Packers going to bring in as their backup? Are they going to, you think that Canadian kid's going to win it, or what?
That's what kind of is the thought process, is that Malik Willis will be the backup still for this year, and that kid will be number 3. But it's kind of seemed like they're giving him every opportunity to set him up to take the job next year.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're raving about him, so there might be a possibility he replaces him and we trade Malik Willis. But I wouldn't be surprised if we just write out Malik Willis for this year, give the kid a year to learn the NFL system because he came from Canada. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Clifford's definitely gone. The big red dog's going to be looking for a new doghouse.
Dude, you know what my fear is like, and I don't think it's
quarterback. Yeah, he wasn't good for me when he even played for me. So I can understand why he's getting cut.
So, Rock, I've been telling these guys, like, because they know I'm a Penn State fan also, and I always tell them that, like, Sean Clifford, when he played at Penn State, like, I couldn't stand him. He was freaking terrible. I don't know how he started 4 years. I called him the Big Red Dog because he's a redhead. His last name's Clifford. I'm like, it's Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He sucks.
He fucking sucks, man.
He does, and then we got. I mean, the quarterback we got now is decent, but he ain't the answer either. He's not going to lead us to the NCAA title.
Drew Law, yeah, but he improved from his first year as a starter to second year. He'll improve this year, and he's got better wide receivers. Penn State got a bunch of wide receivers.
Okay,
the transfer
we still got Singleton too, right? Singleton and that duo.
Oh yeah, they got K-Tron and Singleton. Yep, and they have another really good stud. Luke Reynolds, a young tight end, who's a stud. Yeah, he's gonna be like he reminds me of Laporta. Actually,
fucking big shoes to fill up that fucking 44. I can't remember his name. Well, he just went to Indianapolis.
Well, I'm expecting big things from Drew Lar this season, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna be good. He reminds me of a young Joe Flacco. He honestly does, man. So, hey, if you can play like that, I'll be thrilled.
But we have unfortunately hit that time. We want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thank you guys for hopping on. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, it's go back.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.